afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is you decided to watch this video, you are here and you clicked on it. I appreciate you. If you're not part of the family, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for your girl so you can be notified anytime I re-upload another video. Happy New Year. I know we're still in this pandemic, so we're all still in the house, but you made it through another year and you are here, right? Today, I figured it's a new year. Let's take it back to an oldie. This is one of the first palettes I ever bought. You can't go wrong with the nudes from Maybelline. Yeah. This is where my makeup journey all began. And I figured I'd play with these two. It's a pressed glitter palette and a nudes for a New Year's Eve makeup look. Whether it's a Zoom call or you're having less than 10 at a social gathering. Beauty glaze, pressed glitter. So yeah, I don't know what look I'm going for. Been trying to find inspiration or something I can recreate. I'm just going to play. I figure it works better out. It works out better that way. Let's get started. Eyebrows first. So I like to start my eyebrows from the bridge of my nose, and then at a 45-degree angle is where your arch should be, and it should end where your eyelid ends, like where the crease of the eyelid goes out. That's where the arch should end, and that's the type of shape I like to go for. Remember, eyebrows are sisters, not twins. Once you got the desired shape that you'd like, I like to brush out the front, well, I brush the whole thing, so there's not any product and you don't see any harsh lines. Then I go in with a flat brush, as flat as possible, and this is the brush I'm going to use to define underneath my eyebrows and above my eyebrows. Underneath, from the arch to the tip of the eyebrow, I like to use the color Toffee. In the front part and the top, I like to use the LaGirl Pro Concealer in the color Chestnut. Once I've put the toffee, I blend it out so that you can see the product but blend it into your skin. Now I'm going to go in with the darker color, which is Chestnut, and start from the front of the brow to where I began with the toffee, and bring that down and also blend it out. Now with the darker color, I didn't bring this all the way down to my lid because I want to use the lighter color, which is Toffee, and bring it down. So here I'm just blending it out, but as you can see, I'm just blending it out in the top part of the brow. Now I'm gonna go above the brow and define the shape that I'd like. This is when, if you make any mistakes, you can fix the lines. I'm covering up any dark spots that I have on my forehead. You don't have to do this, you could save this step later, but since I had extra product, I was like, well, why not? Here I'm taking the lighter color Toffee and I'm putting it on my lid, using it as an eyeshadow primer. You can use real eyeshadow primer or just use a lighter concealer and blend it all down. It's completely up to you. Now I'm getting ready to go into the eyeshadow once it's blended down, and this is the first color I'm using. They don't have any names. It was a basic nudes palette. I think it came out 10 years ago. Don't quote me on that though. I'm just going to put this in my outer corner and bring it into the inner crease. It's been a while since I used this palette. I thought this color was going to show up like a lighter brown, and I'm going to take this on top of that dark gray that I have in the back, and I'm just kind of buffing out that color so it's not that harsh. Remember, I said I was just playing around, but the colors weren't going. I should have put them on the back of the hand like I usually do. Now I'm going to take this black, I'm going to darken the outer corner, but I start at the out part of the crease and just a little bit into the, just like that. And I don't go past the halfway mark. And now I'm going back in with a buffing brush and buffing that black out. Now, if you ask what brushes I'm using, all the brushes I have are from Amazon. I'm still buffing. I just wanted to blend that black out. I didn't want it as harsh as it was. Here I'm going in with the LaGirl Pro Concealer in the color Toffee again, and I'm just cutting a half crease. When you're cutting your crease, what I like to do is put a little bit at the bottom of a lid close to my eyelash and look up. That way I'll have the natural crease line of where my eye is, so when I open my eye, because I have somewhat hooded eyes, when I open my eye, you will still see some of that color on there. If I just place it on my lid, you can see it, but it would only be on the lid. This way, it is up in the crease. Now, when you do this, you want to take your time and draw your line. And I was trying to do it more circling in the inner part of the lid so that I could do a wing liner. Still learning, not that good with wings, but 2021, it's gonna be about halos and wing liners. Everything I struggle with, I'm going to conquer that bad boy this year. And you just keep working and working. Take your time. If you start off small, you can always go big. But if you start off big, there's no fixing that. Once that crease is in there, girl, it's in there. And to prevent it from creasing, I go in with a fluffy brush and just pat it to make sure it's as dry as possible before I put the next color down. This is me looking to see if they're even, checking the mirrors, making sure they're the right size. And if not, you go in and you fix and tweak until you feel you got them somewhat proportionate. Once you do, I went back in with the color black to deepen the outer crease. And now I'm looking at the pressed glitter. I'm going to use that. Those two golds that are in there are the two golds that I end up using. I use the lighter gold on the whole lid and the darker gold that's closer to the black. And I use my finger because it would go in the brush, but it wouldn't apply to my eyelid. It applied to my eyelid better when I used my finger. Some glitters work that way, some don't. And I bought this palette off of Amazon. It's the Beauty Glazed Pressed Glitter palette. Once I got the majority of the lid covered like I wanted, I went in with a small brush so I can get the area that was close in the crease and not get any on that background color that we started off with. Once I was done adding all the glitter I wanted, I went back in with that black so I can blend it out and make it a little darker. Believe it or not, these are my school colors, black and gold. And who knows, somebody might want to do black and gold for New Year's. I did eyeliner and lashes off camera because it was a struggle. This is the primer water I used. It's the purifying primer water with infused cannabis sativa. My foundation is Milani in the color Chestnut. It's my go-to. If you want a cheap brand, this is my go-to. If you want an expensive brand, Fenty Beauty is always there. It's just $32 for Fenty Beauty. And I'm using that brush because I use the brush first and then I go back in with a beauty blender. It just helps get it on there. You can use the beauty blender. Do what makes you happy. It's makeup. It's supposed to be fun. You're the artiste. Have fun with it. And I'm just going to buff this all out and then I'm going to go in with a beauty blender to get rid of any lines. Once I'm done, I go in with the extra product I had on the back of my hand, the LaGirl Pro Concealer Toffee that we use to highlight the outer parts of our eyebrows, and I highlight under my eyes in like a triangle, down my nose and the tip of my nose and my cupid's bow, my chin, and a little bit on my forehead. This time I did not do the sides of my cheeks for that invisible contour. It's just up to you on the look you're going for, because I had a wig on, so it's like you really can't see my cheeks. That's why I didn't do it this time. Then you blend it all out. I used a small Real Techniques beauty blender when I was cleaning out my makeup for the new year. I found my old little beauty blender, and I like these things because they get into the small nicks and crannies. And you just blend it out. Now I'm looking up because I have a bigger mirror that I can see versus the smaller mirror, and I wanted to see it against natural light. That's why in that last clip you saw my light change, because I wanted to see it under natural light versus LED light. And everyone knows everything you have with liquid, you need to set with the powder. Here I'm using Fenty Beauty in the color Cashew to set everywhere that I highlighted. And once I'm done setting it, because I don't bake, I pretty much tap it into the product and tap the back of my hand to get an even set on the beauty blender, and then go into the areas that I highlighted. And then I'm go right into the setting powder in the color Nutmeg from Fenty Beauty, and I'm going to dust all that off and then set the foundation areas. Since we're using the color gold, why not offset that with some highlighter in the color Trophy Wife from Fenty Beauty, of course. I highlight my cheekbones, the bridge of my nose, forehead, pretty much everywhere you highlight it except for like right under your eyes, unless you want to do that. That's where you're going to put this highlighter. And if it's too much, you can always go in and dust it off. Now I'm going in with my lippy, and these are my favorite. This is Maybelline's what is it called? Maybelline New York Superstay Matte Ink in the color Protector. This is one of my favorites. This is like my third one. That's how much I like it. And the other one is a lip gloss that I got from England, and it says the Glow Up. I'm gonna be so upset when it runs out. And then on top of that, I put a little bit of my Smashbox in the color Petal Metal. Now, Smashbox is expensive. This lip gloss alone was like $17, but it lasts. And that is it. I hope you guys have a happy new year and enjoy 2020. Bye. Thanks for watching.